Fred 1 week post-surgery. And he's very difficult because he had a very bad angulation to the leg, so a lot of breakdown right here, and so now I've straightened that. The problem whenever you do that is that there's a lot of scar tissue and bone tissue you have to break down, and when you do that, if you do that without a tourniquet in place, you end up with a lot of bleeding, and it's a very slow surgery and a lot of blood loss. So what I did was place what's called an Eschmark bandage, which is a technique from horses where you wrap a tourniquet up the leg and then unwrap it up behind, and we actually create a tourniquet effect here.
Oh, wow.
And you have 90 minutes to do that before you start having damage to the leg. So you have to time that very carefully. That's the only way to keep the blood out of the field and keep you moving forward without too much blood loss or too long a surgery time. The problem with doing that is that they tend to swell a lot more.
Okay.
They're more prone to infection, and sometimes the incision wants to break down. And so today's visit is a very, very important visit because we find out whether we've won or lost as far as infection, the breakdown of the wound, and the healing process, early healing process. So the first 3 weeks is soft tissue. The next 3 weeks is soft tissue and bone, but more bone. This at a week is perfect.
So we're good.
We're really good. So no sign of discharge. And Brian, you would have seen it. Did you see it? Swollen, dark, and early on, it really looks nervous.
Yeah, you guys.
But this looks great. This looks as good as anyone can look at this stage. And the main thing is now we have a straight talus from the tip of the Achilles here right down to the toes. You can see we've restored that alignment. And then from this view here, we've now restored the knee to the ankle. So now all this is running in the same plane. So we should do very well. Toes, knee, everything's well aligned. So I'm very happy with this.
Okay.
Very happy. So another week and all the skin staples will come out. Brian's going to replace the splint now. And then probably the vet at Spark can do the splinting from here on in, I think. I wouldn't mind maybe seeing it in a week just to be 100% sure.
Okay.
And then splinting wise, I tend to splint them for 3 or 4 weeks to be on the safe side.
Oh, yeah.
There's a very strong metal plate in there and screws, but I think probably it's wise to keep things under control. And,
Oh, yeah.
and she looks like she's doing really well with it.
She doesn't seem to be biting it. Doesn't.
Yeah. Well, I think that's probably because of the inflammation is settled and it looks good now. So I think for me, we've really made a big step.